On the morning of the 1st of December 1948, a man was found dead on Somerton Beach in Adelaide, South Australia. He was well dressed. He was lying on his back on the sand, legs crossed, one arm extended. He looked to the people who first noticed him as though he was simply asleep. He was not asleep. He was dead. He had no identification on him, no wallet, no keys. Every label had been removed from every item of clothing he was wearing. Nobody in Adelaide recognized him. Nobody in Australia recognized him. Investigators circulated his description widely. Nobody came forward. He has never been identified. What followed was one of the strangest investigations in Australian criminal history, one that touched Cold War espionage, an unbroken cipher, and a woman who knew more than she ever admitted. The autopsy produced almost no answers. The pathologist found signs of congestion in the organs consistent with poisoning, but no known poison was identified in the body. The analysis available in 1948 was not sophisticated enough to detect certain substances, and the absence of a detected compound did not mean the absence of a compound. The cause of death was listed as unknown. The man was physically fit. He appeared to be between 40 and 45 years old. He had unusually developed calf muscles and small, delicate feet. The kind of feet, investigators noted, more common to a dancer or someone who had spent years in a particular physical occupation. No obvious cause of death, no identity, no one who knew him. Investigators located a suitcase at the Adelaide railway station that appeared to belong to the same man, same labels removed, same meticulous presentation. Inside were ordinary items, clothes, a thread, a screwdriver, a knife, and a small stenciling brush of the type used to mark cargo. The suitcase provided no further identification. Several months after the body was found, during a second examination, a pathologist discovered something that had been missed the first time. Sewn into a small concealed fob pocket inside the man's trousers was a tightly rolled scrap of paper. On it were two words printed in a small font. Tamam Shud. The phrase is Persian. It comes from the final page of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, a collection of Persian poems that had been widely translated into English in the 19th century. In context, it means it is ended, it is finished, it is done. The words come from the very last verse of the book. A public appeal was made for the copy of the Rubaiyat from which the scrap had been torn. A man came forward. He had found the book in his unlocked car parked near Somerton Beach on the night before the body was discovered. He had no idea how it got there. The book was examined. On the back inside cover, written lightly in pencil, were 5 lines of letters. They were not words in any known language. They were not a simple substitution cipher. That much was clear early. They were something else. A code, a key, or a message in a system no one has since broken. Below the code was a phone number. The phone number was traced to a woman living in Glenelg, a suburb of Adelaide, a short distance from Somerton Beach. For reasons that were never fully explained, her name was withheld from public records at the time. She has been referred to in the case files and subsequent coverage by the name Jestin, a nickname derived from a dedication inscription found in another copy of the Rubaiyat she had once given to someone. When detectives visited her and showed her a plaster cast of the dead man's face, she gave what one of the investigating officers described as the most unusual reaction he had seen in a long career. She appeared to be on the verge of fainting. She seemed deeply unsettled. She told them she did not know the man. Investigators did not believe her, then or later. Her behavior during questioning, and several inconsistencies in what she told them, suggested she was withholding information. She never changed her account. She died in 2007. Her name was Jo Thompson. A copy of the Rubaiyat she had given to a man named Alfred Boxall during the Second World War was traced. Boxall was alive, he came forward in 1949. His copy of the book was intact. It was not the one found at Adelaide station. Who Jo Thompson gave the Adelaide copy to, and why that copy ended up thrown into a car near the beach the night a man died, has never been established. In 2002, Jo Thompson's daughter spoke to researchers for the first time and confirmed that her mother had known more than she had admitted. She did not say what her mother had known. Her own son, Robin Thompson, had a DNA profile taken. The analysis suggested a possible genetic connection to the Somerton man, a connection that could indicate he was Robin's grandfather. This raised an obvious question that nobody could answer. The Cold War context of the case has always been a significant part of its analysis. 1948 was not an ordinary year. It was the year of the Berlin blockade, the consolidation of Soviet power in Eastern Europe, and a global intelligence environment in which the removal of identifying information from clothing, the use of coded messages, and the carrying of obscure literary references as potential signals were all documented practices of intelligence operatives. Adelaide in 1948 was home to a community of scientists and engineers working on early rocket and missile research at the Woomera test range, roughly 500 kilometers to the north. The work being done at Woomera was classified. None of this has been directly connected to the Somerton man by any confirmed evidence. But the combination, a man with no identity, poison that could not be detected, a code that could not be broken, a woman who clearly knew something and refused to say it, fits a particular pattern. In 2022, a team led by researcher Derek Abbott published a DNA genealogy analysis suggesting the Somerton man was a man named Carl Webb, an instrument maker and electrician born in Melbourne in 1905. The analysis received significant media attention. It has not been officially accepted. The South Australian police have not formally confirmed the identification. Other researchers have raised methodological questions about the genealogy work. As of 2024, the Somerton man has not been officially identified. The code, written in the back of the Rubaiyat, has never been broken. The connection to Jo Thompson has never been fully explained. The cause of death has never been confirmed. 75 years after a man was found dead on an Australian beach, the case contains more questions than when it started. His name, possibly, is Carl Webb. Why he was there, who he was meeting, what the code says, and what Jo Thompson knew and refused to tell, none of it has been answered. The scrap of paper found, sewn into his pocket, said it is ended. The case says otherwise. This has been the Pale Dossier. File 07 remains open.